Thank you, General, and thank you, Lieutenant Fujimoto. Domoarigatou gozaimasu. Is that better? Speaking desu yo? Well, you did good when you were hearing. All right. I wanted to say first is we have to again acknowledge these people who put out these youngsters who put out the flags. It was just absolutely marvelous to think of all this incredible work that they do. Thank you. Got a general serving me. An illegitimate sergeant on top of that. But ladies and gentlemen, I would really sincerely like to thank you for this honor. Now then, and I wouldn't know we have to move on here, save for those who preach the word of God. I don't believe there is a more deserving group in America than those who are interred here in these sacred grounds, in places like these sacred grounds the world over. They have sacrificed, they have done, as you heard before, as Abraham Lincoln said, carried out that last full measure of devotion. The great commander-in-chief also said, "Care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan." Today, the Department of Veteran Affairs, the governmental agency responsible for carrying out Mr. Lincoln's mandate, have not done so, shamefully. Instead, they are immersed in sad, embittering controversy. Fortunately, many of us who live in this area of the country, we have not been subjected to the same horror stories generated by the VA elsewhere, but we stand united in condemning any and all who will not give 110% to any and all who have worn the uniform. As a veteran, I have been fortunate enough to have been given the best of care from this facility over there. They have some magnificent people working there, and the one out in the valley as well. But time and time, wishing to give something back for the extraordinary services that I received, and wanting to give something back on behalf of those who are interred here, as any soldier, any veteran would like to do. Time and time again, I have offered my speaking services to the National Memorial Day concert people back in Washington. Time and time again, I have been rebuffed. You figure. In fairness, though, I have been trying to produce a film entitled The Purple Heart. I have yet to find support from the film committee or film community, which means that when it comes to veterans, nobody is immune from criticism. I've yet to find support from the film community, and all I wanted to say was to deliver to a national audience something that I have said before. I wanted to say that as an old soldier, still moving forward with a bullet lodged between the ribs, courtesy of that damnable war of some 64 years ago. A war that saw the passing and the services of 54,246 young Americans. I am still traveling. Even when I am beyond the comforts of this magnificent American flag that we see nodding to the heavens, I am still moved. And I will continue to move. Even when no longer in uniform, I could be found going hither, thither, and yon. But there was always something tugging at me saying, "Tour the world, son. See the many lands, see the many faces, see the tucked away places, but home is where the heart is. home then to me, where home will always be, the United States of America. And each and every time I return to these wonderful shores, I return with a deeper sense of gratitude and humbleness, knowing well that this young country, though burdened by noble ambition and costly wars, and shackled by homegrown issues and stinging controversies and niggling divides that will not soon go away, still this America, my America, your America, it is not so much of a place as it is a blessing. My America and her intercourse with foreign affairs is not always right. But the thing I so love about America, she is always trying to be right. And there's not a place on the face of the earth that has not benefited from America's largesse. My journey on earth is almost over. I say to America, long may you reign. In a few days, I will be moving just a little bit closer to that place where I shall meet my final quietus. I will be wrapped in a silence known only to the dead. But should I be asked to rise again, this time to behold heaven, I'm going to say to my Lord and Master, I have already beheld bits of heaven, sir. I come to you by way of that magnificent gift you have bestowed upon the universe. I have not served her well, but I served her well enough to say, it is my country, and I thank you for allowing me. And I close by saying, no veterans, no democracy, no America. I thank you.